Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for being here with me today in a different format because I'm not live. Okay, this is a pre recorded show since I'm not at home in the moment. So I'm away from the studio. I'm at a music festival in the middle of nature, and I don't know how my internet access will be there today. So I rather just leave this pre-recorded so you guys can have a show every Friday as usual. But since this will be a pre-recorded show, it will be a bit different. Okay. Hopefully I'm in the live chat, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend or not. If I'm in the live chat, I'll be commenting with you guys and letting you know if I'm there. Okay. If not, you won't see me there. It's just simple as that. But I promise I will reread it, and I will reread the live chat when I can and when I get the chance. All right. So today I decided to do something different for you guys. And this is something that I've been meaning to do for a while, a show like this, is that we are going to dive into some projects and into what I call studio work part of my music. I know some of you really like and are very curious about this part, about how I mix my music and what's happening behind the sound and the songs that you hear. So today we are going to dive into the vocals, because it would be just impossible to go in through everything, all instruments and everything. So we are focusing on vocals and back vocals for my album somewhere in the crowd. Awesome. You see the reflections. Oh, that's really cool. The reflections of my sound device in there. Okay. So somewhere in the crowd was my longest album till date. So we are diving into 15 songs. All right. And I will be following the order here. All right. So we'll start with Everything's Okay. And then we go to Blinded, Quest, Carry On, Bad Situation, Living Home, Who's the Fool, You Still Are, Tentativa número 2, Why, Somewhere in the Crowd, Which Way, Anjo Negro, Empty Streets, and Prisão de Sonhos. So we are diving, so you guys will be able to hear for the very first time ever the acapella versions of these tracks. So for that I will enter the project of each song. Okay, and you will be able to see the instruments going on, but you will also hear the a cappella version. So I will solo the voices, because some things that most people don't realize is for a vocal to sound great and to sound according to nowadays standards, it's not only one vocal track and not only one perfect vocal take. Sometimes you have different voices in the back just sustaining the main vocal, and sometimes they are doing the same melody, sometimes it's just a different take to reinforce several notes, and sometimes you also have harmonies and backing vocals. And this is something that I absolutely love doing. It I was part of a choir, and that opened up. I always loved doing back vocals, but when I was in the choir, I had the opportunity to just hear some amazing harmonies that can be made between different vocals. If you have the same voice doing different harmonies, it adds, because it blends better, right? If it's the same voice, you have like this kind of depth to it. So it's really cool. And sometimes they are just reinforcing the vocals, so they kind of get behind the scenes, and maybe you don't even notice that they're there. Sometimes some vocals are not even supposed to be noticed. They are just supposed to act as a backup and a support for the main vocal. All right. But if I solo all vocals, and if I mute all instruments, you will be able to hear every back vocal in a sense that you never were able to hear it before, if that makes sense. So my advice to you, if you want to take the best out of this live streaming, get your best quality headphones, okay? So you can hear the stereo, you can hear my voices in your head, literally, but in with the most detail possible, okay? So let's do it. All right, so we are starting with track number 1, Everything's Okay. Okay. Why are you not focusing? Why are you not focusing? Why are you not focusing? That's okay. You got it. It's Everything's Okay. And Everything's Okay. It's actually a pretty, you can see here the project. It's a very simple project. It has the drum kit, as all songs in this album has a drum kit, has a bass line, and then it has several guitar tracks that we won't be listening. There's a lot of guitars here, and we can do specials just dedicated to guitars and the MIDI sections of this album, because they also sometimes go a bit like the same thing as the voice. Some audio tracks that you see here are just to give support. They are not supposed to be audible. They are just supposed to be there backing things up. Of course, if you have a trained ear, you can percept and you can capture some things, but they are not even supposed to be, they are just supposed to be backing the main guitar track or main vocals, okay? So I will start by just soloing the voices, so you can hear, okay, this is just soloing the voices. And so you can see even, if where's the main vocal, I have actually here, I have 4 different vocals going on. And then you have 2 backs going on and off. Some of them are, you can see this one is panned left and this one is panned right. That's what I mentioned about the headphones, okay? So if you want to hear it, this one is also panned right, this one is panned left, a little harder than these ones. And if I'm okay, and these ones are the center, okay? So let's do it, guys. Let's listen to Everything's Okay a cappella. You gotta move on and carry on. You know this world isn't meant to stop. You gotta keep walking, don't stop trying. You know this world wasn't made for crying. You don't have to be like everyone you see. Just do what you feel and keep it real. Don't change your way, and someday you may get what you want and everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. You see how many voices I had there? Now that you come so far, why stay behind? Go on with your life and don't look back. Look above to the skies, let the rain inside. Close your eyes, now everything will be alright. Follow your instincts, they won't let you down. And then you'll see happiness will come around. We know you can make it, just hold on and fight. Life is really crazy, you gotta hold on tight. You gotta move on and carry on. You know this world isn't meant to stop. You gotta keep walking, don't stop trying. You know this world wasn't made for crying. You don't have to be like everyone you see. Just do what you feel and keep it real. Don't change your way, and someday you may get what you want and everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Follow your instincts, they won't let you down. And then you'll see happiness will come around. We know you can make it, just hold on and fight. Life is really crazy, you gotta hold on tight. You gotta move on and carry on. You know this world isn't meant to stop. You gotta keep walking, don't stop trying. You know this world wasn't made for crying. All right, there you go. So I will be talking a bit about some notes here. And I have to be honest with you guys, these projects, I haven't opened them in a very, very long time. And Somewhere in the Crowd came out in 2021. Okay, so this was 4 years ago. I wouldn't do this way if it were today. thank God, because now I'm on a different place. Some things I know, one thing I noticed right away is how much edited my voice sounds. And I don't do this anymore. I like to keep my voice a lot more natural. But there was a time that I was doing, especially when I started working with Cubase, I started going a bit crazy with the auto tune and manual tuning, and so it sounds very edited. For the sound I was going for on this one, on Somewhere in the Crowd, it actually makes sense because this is a pop rock. I know it sounds edited on its own, but if you listen to the vocals with the instrumental, it doesn't sound that edited, okay? So it's just normal, okay, for this album, but I wouldn't do it this way if it were today, because I'm more of a fan of a natural sound now, okay? So this was just the first note that I have to say after listening to it. So one thing that I still do, and I want to share the screen so you guys can see here. I like to do this separation on vocals. So Everything's Okay, it's actually a song that starts with the chorus. And so you see this section here, this beginning, this is the chorus. And so in the chorus, I have 4 vocals going on the first part of the chorus. And then I have on the second section of the chorus, when it repeats, I have 2 more coming in, these 2. They are this one and this one, they are coming in. So in the second part of the chorus, you have a bunch of vocals. Vocals get more powerful with a second harmony. I can even actually just solo this harmony that you can see. This one is the harmony that only enters in the second. You don't have to be like everyone you see. Just do what you feel and keep it real. Don't change your way, and someday you may get what you want, and everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. I think it's like that. Everything will be okay. You see, it adds a bit of depth to it and adds a bit of dynamic to the second part of the chorus, so that you have something that is different from the first part, and it builds up, all right? And then when it goes to the verses, I actually only have 1 track of vocals going on. Usually no one does this, but since the voice is very edited already, I felt like it needed backup. Now I like to use at least always 2 vocal takes, so it has a bit more depth without the need to auto-tune and to edit the voice that much. But then you have here on the second part of the verses as well, I have a harmony coming in. So the same technique that I use in the chorus, I have 1 harmony coming in on the second part, so it reinforces. I think it's the same high harmony I was doing. Follow your instincts, actually, they won't let you down. And then you'll see happiness will come around. We know you can make it, just hold on and fight. Life is really crazy, you gotta hold on tight. And then you have same thing in the second chorus, is the same thing I did in the first chorus. And then it repeats on the third chorus as well. You can see it already has the same thing here. Now I'm more of a fan of building up. So the first chorus has less harmonies, and the second chorus has a bit more harmonies, and the third chorus has full harmonies. So now I do a bit more dynamic than I used to, but that also goes toward the style that I'm going for more. You know, this pop rock, it's not usually like that. Yes, usually you have a bit of a crescendo, but not much as you have in instrumental or post-rock, okay? So it's just a different style, all right? So yeah, this is all about Everything's Okay. If you have any doubts, or if you want to listen to it, I mean, you can always watch the replay and listen to everything. But that is pretty much it, okay? Let's go to the next song, Blinded. All right, so let's go to track number 2, which is Blinded. And so you will see there's a very, very big difference between Everything's Okay and Blinded. Blinded is a lot more complex, has a lot more instruments, and it has also the MIDI tracks. So it has a lot more guitars going on there. There are clean guitars. There are There are distorted guitars. With everything's okay, you just have a distorted guitar. So it has a lot of has different things in the verses. So the project is, as you can see, it's a lot more. It has a lot more stuff going on here, and I absolutely love also the synths that I have going on here. But that's if we're going to focus on synths, that would be a whole different stream. So let's just focus on the vocals, okay? I'll just solo the vocals for you guys. All right, so I have this one actually doesn't have anything to it. Okay, so we have same structure here, as you can see. So it starts with actually different structure in the sense that this song starts with the verses. Okay, it actually starts with an instrumental chorus, but I don't sing on that chorus. So it starts, the vocal starts on the verses, but it's the same structure in the sense that the verses only have one vocal line going on, and then the pre-chorus has these ones going in, and then the chorus have more back vocals going in. The chorus that this time doesn't have the difference that Everything's Okay has. Okay, the chorus is pretty much a block, so it has the same back vocals all through it. But let's listen to it so you guys can hear what I'm trying to talk about. You thought he would always be at your side, but now you're here alone. You thought his love would last forever, but now his speech has another tone. Forever is too long. Can't you sense something's wrong? Something's wrong. You've come too far. This is becoming too hard. I wish I could tell you all the things that gets locked inside. 'Cause I know what he tries to hide. He thinks you're blind, is afraid to say goodbye. But my friend, please open your eyes. Don't give it all away. No more sacrifice. 'Cause I know you love him, but there's only one way for you. But breaking up is so hard to do. That has a lot more going on, right? You've spent so much of your life. It's so hard to say goodbye. But you can't go on living in a lie. You gotta stand up and fight. Life is too short. I won't let you knock on his door. I've seen all this before. But I won't let you do this anymore. I wish I could tell you all the things that gets locked inside. 'Cause I know what he tries to hide. He thinks you're blind, is afraid to say goodbye. But my friend, please open your eyes. Don't give it all away. No more sacrifice. 'Cause I know you love him, but there's only one way for you. But breaking up is so hard to do. I wish I could tell you all the things that gets locked inside. 'Cause I know what he tries to hide. He thinks you're blind, is afraid to say goodbye. But my friend, please open your eyes. There you go. So this one has a lot more going in. There is a play with words in the verses, and there's some oohs in the background. So I have to, some of them, I love doing this. I love doing harmonies, and it's something that I do professionally for many other artists. I absolutely love building harmonies. Something that most people don't realize is that to be a backup singer is not the same thing as being a main singer. It's two very different things. There are many singers that are amazing back vocalists, but really bad main vocalists, and the other way around. There are many people who are great soloists, great main vocalists, but they cannot do back vocals. So it's a different way to sing. It's just the same as rhythm guitar and solo guitar, you know? It's the same thing. So when you are a backup singer, you have to follow the main voice, and you have to act as a complement. So you cannot just go straight up solo and do whatever you feel. Okay, you have to respect the timing of the main vocal. You have to respect the note of the main vocal, and then of course you can get creative, but always respecting and always following the main vocal. Right? Follow the leader. You have to respect the leader, and the leader always has to be the main vocalist, no matter what the back vocals are doing. So some singers, for that to happen, you have to have that respect and that tempo notion. So not all vocalists have that notion of time, and not all vocalists can do the same take more than once. There's a saying by this famous musician, and I don't know who it is, but this sentence is not mine, okay? And he's saying you can tell a good musician by if you ask him to do the same thing twice. And not many people agree with this. I do agree, because there are many amazing musicians that can't do the same thing twice, and there's a space for those artists. Of course, those can be great artists as well. There's a space for them, okay? But artists like that have a really hard time working with others. They have a really hard time in the studio, because I mean, they cannot repeat the same take twice, so it's complicated, okay? So knowing how to do the same thing twice, it's actually a big talent and a big thing that I feel all musicians should work. But I've had numerous discussions about that. Of course, being able to do every take differently is also a great virtue. I'm not saying it isn't. So I had a lot of previous discussions with singers and musicians who think differently, but that's okay. That's okay. I think music, it's all about that. It's all about variety. I love my ability to be able to repeat the same thing no matter how many things I do it. I love that memory part of me, and I think it's one of my greatest strengths as an artist. But not every artist has this ability. What makes me able to work with so many musicians as a back vocalist is that I can have that, I have that ability and that respect for the main vocal. So, of course, if I would be singing the song, maybe I would do it differently. For sure, I would do it differently. But someone else is singing it, so I have to respect the musical choices. I have to respect the musical tempos. And that is all about being a back vocalist. So in these tracks, you can see there's a lot going on. There are many things going on here. But they all follow the main melody. So when the pre-chorus enters, we have this... Something's wrong, you've come too far. This is becoming too... Oh, and here we have others coming in. Come too far. This is becoming too far. I wish I could tell you all the things we get locked inside. So another thing that this track has that I absolutely love, and that I keep using this technique now, is that it's doing a lower harmony to the main vocal just in the chorus. So that gives an extra layer, an extra power, an extra punch to the chorus of any song. So here I have it here. I think you can hear the lower. This is becoming too hard. I wish I could tell you all the things it keeps locked inside. 'Cause I know what he tries to hide. He thinks you're blind. He's afraid to say goodbye. But my friend, please open your eyes. Don't give it all away. No more sacrifice. It doesn't sound good on its own. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. It's just supposed to be a reinforcement, because when you hear it with the main vocal, I wish I could tell you all the things it keeps locked inside. 'Cause I know what he tries to hide. He thinks you're blind. He's afraid to say goodbye. You see how it blends? You see how it makes the vocal a lot stronger because it has like this foundation. So you can see I'm passionate about this because it's really cool that you get to reinforce the main vocal with a harmony that and that's the thing about back vocals. They are not supposed to be listened on their own. They're supposed to be a reinforcement. So sometimes when you listen to back vocals on their own, you're like, that doesn't sound good. But if you listen to the main vocal, it sounds really good. It sounds like a reinforcement. And that's how they are supposed to be heard. So yeah, that's all about Blinded. Okay, let's go to the next song, Quest. All right, so let's go to Quest. Listen to Quest. Quest is song number 3. All right, so we are on song number 3 on the album. Quest. Quest has, yes, it also has some cellos in there. Is not so as complex in terms of guitars, but it has a lot of voices as well. And Quest is actually, we have back vocals, not only mine, but also by Ricardo. Ricardo's voices are in there as well, so we're going to listen to them. Hopefully you won't mind. So let's solo the vocals. All right, that should do it. So there's a lot of vocals. So here we have, we start with this should be the ooh, and then you have the main voice. So the same thing, okay, verses, just one voice, and then you have in the pre-chorus some vocals coming in and some back vocals, and then more back vocals in the chorus. And then in the second section, on the second verses, I have some also backing tracks going in. This is some technique that I use sometimes, and other artists use as well, is to make a kind of reinforcement, vocal reinforcement in the second verse, so it sounds a bit more full than the first one. So yeah, just some techniques that most people do on their songs, that I also do on mine. So yeah, let's hear it. Tell me where to find your happiness, 'cause there's no place that I wouldn't go just to see that smile one more time. Tell me, where am I supposed to find? Tell me where to find your peace of mind, 'cause there's no place that I wouldn't find just to see that smile one more time. Tell me, where am I supposed to find? And I know it isn't easy, but it's something I gotta do. Yeah, I know it isn't easy, yeah, but it's something I gotta do, yeah, 'cause I will do everything I can, yeah, just to see that smile on your face again, yeah. Tell me where to find your happiness. 'Cause there's no place that I wouldn't go just to see that smile one more time. Tell me where am I supposed to find? And I know it isn't easy, but it's something I gotta do. Yeah, I know it isn't easy, yeah, yeah, but it's something I gotta do, yeah. 'Cause I will do everything I can, yeah, yeah. Just to see that smile on your face again, yeah, yeah. And I will do everything I can, yeah, yeah. Just to see that smile on your face again, 'cause you know I can, yeah. I really love the backs of this song. They add to the spirit, they add to the carefree vibe. So you can see there's a lot of reinforcement in there, and but also it's very subtle, isn't it? It's just to reinforce the vibe, and I think some of them are even in consonance with the synth. Let me just see. Yeah. Just to see that smile on your face. Oh no, here I put the synth because the synth is actually reinforcing the bass. It's on the same notes of the bass. But I think there are some sections. It isn't easy. Yeah, here you. But it's something I gotta do. Yeah, I know it isn't easy. Yeah, but it's something I gotta do. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so on some parts. And this is actually really cool, the synth. And I love to do these games with instruments, or these games or displays with instruments and vocals, is to have sometimes some instrument reinforcing some part, some note of the vocal, and vice versa. I just love it. And it's also part of the way I compose music. I like that all instruments complement themselves, but also bring something different sometimes. But it's also really cool when they just merge on some specific note just to make this kind of reinforcement. So on Somewhere in the Crowd, on this album, I used a lot of reinforcements all around the tracks, sometimes using synths. So you have some notes reinforced here and then, so that makes the sound fuller and also more coherent, if that makes sense. So here you can see you have some reinforcements here. I think this is the so this is the pre-chorus. You can see in the pre-chorus you have and then you have this. Yeah. Just to see that smile on your face again. And then you see in the second part, I have also the reinforcement of Ricardo's voices and also mine, because I recorded both our voices. I think we're doing the same thing, or is it a harmony? Because I wanted to reinforce it. Let's see. Whoa! Yeah, it's both of us doing the same thing. As you can see, I think this one is mine. I recognize these notes. See? Yeah, I can recognize my own sound waves. I've seen them many times, and these are Ricardo. Whoa! Because these are two takes, and one of them is panned right, and another one panned left. Okay, so that adds the depth to it, right? And also, when you do one thing that I really like, panning back vocals, as you can see, one left and one left and another right, that gives room to the main vocal that is always in the center. Okay, that makes a lot of room for backs, and still respecting the sacred space of the main vocal. And this is something, again, back vocals are meant to complement, they are not meant to override, and so it's really important that they keep space for the main vocal. One thing that I sometimes do, not all the time, I don't know if I've done here, but probably I did. Yeah, you can see it has a lot of a big low cut filter here. So it's back vocals are being removed, the low end. So main vocals have the low end frequencies, and back vocals don't, so that gives a lot more space to the main vocals as well. But you can also just remove, and sometimes I do that, I remove the main frequency of the main vocal. I see in the spectrum what's the two main octave frequencies of the main vocal, and then I remove them slightly, or just, I don't remove them, but I lower them slightly in all back vocal takes, and so that gives a lot more room to the main vocal. That's also a neat trick if you like to use karaoke's or mix instrumentals with main vocals. Find the fundamental two octave frequencies of the main vocal, and then just lower them slightly on the instrumental, and you will see your vocals will pop up a lot more without the instrumental losing a lot of power. Okay, of course, because it's always important that both things merge. So that's just a trick for you. And let's go to the next song, which is Carry On. All right, so we are on the fourth song, Carry On. Carry On was, I remember, was one of the songs that for me was one of the hardest to mix and to get it right, because Carry On has a lot of sections and it has these dynamics, and the more dynamic a song is, the harder, the more elements it has to mix and to balance and to get it right. So I remember I struggled a lot, and there's a lot of guitars here, different parts. And here you go. Here, this is the vocal section. Has a lot of automation in there and some synths as well, but we're not getting into that. So let's just mute the vocals, solo the vocals, solo the vocals, solo the vocals. Let's solo all the vocals. Let's make space for this. Okay, so we have vocals, and this is guitar. Okay, that doesn't matter for now. So here we go. No matter how I try, our past always keeps pulling me behind. And like the rain falling outside, a storm keeps wasting my mind. Sometimes all that I wish is find a way to get out of all this. But when I close my eyes, I see the pain that's still exists. You won't get inside me and destroy all my hopes. I will carry on, no matter how. Besides everything went down, I will carry on. Been trying to forget the voices I hear inside me. Sometimes I think I'll give it up, but now I know I will always stand up. I'll leave it all behind and keep walking out of my mind. I just can't see where to go. There's a cloud that won't go with the flow. You won't get inside me and destroy all my hopes. I will carry on, no matter how. Besides everything went down, I will carry on. You've played all your cards, and it's been pretty hard, but I will always move along, no matter how. Besides everything went down, I will carry on. My mask no longer fits, my place no longer exists. My heart is falling apart like the rain inside me, drowning my feelings, all my dreams just suddenly fell apart. But no matter how you try, I will never change the way I am. You won't get inside me and destroy all my hopes. I will carry on, no matter how. Besides everything went down, I will carry on. You played all your cards, and it's been pretty hard, but I will always move along, no matter how. Besides everything went down, I will carry on, no matter how you try. I will never change the way I am. I will never change the way I am. I will never change the way I am. All right, so one thing that I was noticing right away, that I have a gate here that is not in the optimal settings, so it's closing too soon, and so the vocals sometimes kind of, if you feel the vocals, the main vocals were jumping, and sometimes there was echo, sometimes it wasn't. You're absolutely right. I messed up. And now I could tell right away that I messed up, but 4 years ago maybe it sounded good, so that's just that's something that doesn't shock me, and I don't mind having this conversation with you and being here publicly admitting that I mess up. I think that only attests at my growth as an artist and as a producer. So some things that I also noticed that I would have done differently is that you hear there's this low backing vocal on the other part, on the bridge, and I would love to. I should have put it also in the last chorus. I think that would be really cool. Maybe I couldn't sing as low back then, or maybe I just didn't thought about that, but I'm talking about this part here. Let's see if I can. No longer fits, my place no longer exists. My heart is falling apart like the rain inside me. So that puts my voice really low. This is actually a tenor voice, so it's a male voice, but now I can get these lows and I can do these harmonies, but I'd love it to listen here. Let's see if I can make it. You won't get inside me and destroy all my hopes. I will carry on, no matter how. Besides everything went down. Okay, I cannot do the lower note, but when we can't do the lower note, we can find a harmony that works. So, you won't get inside me and destroy all my hopes. Me and destroy all my hopes. I will carry on, no matter how. Besides everything went down, I will carry on. You played all your cards, and it's getting pretty hard, but I will always move along. You know, something like this. So you can see I was doing the lower, but I was doing a harmony. So this is to avoid to go too low, because yes, it's too low, and that's probably the reason why I didn't record it back then, because I wouldn't be able to do it. But there are techniques, and you can come up with a harmony, which is what I was doing. Come up with a harmony on a lower scale, you know, and you can still add that substance and keep it interesting while reinforcing the main vocal. So I would definitely, if I would be doing this song today, I would definitely add these harmonies, especially in the last chorus, which I think is where it needs most. So yeah, that's it about Carry On. So it has just a bit here. I see the pain that still exists. You won't get inside me and destroy all my hope. So you see here on the chorus, you have two main vocals that are actually just making they are doing the same thing as the main vocal, but then you have this harmony just reinforcing the sentence, I will carry on, which is of course the main sentence of the song. And this is so important as well, is that when you have like this sentence that it's the main sentence and you want people to notice it's the main sentence, there are several techniques you can use. One, of course, in the lyrics is reinforcing and repeating the sentence many times, which I already do. Another thing is in the back vocals, you only do a harmony, or you do a more different harmony on that specific sentence. And this is what I'm doing. I will carry on, no matter how, besides everything went down, I will carry on. So you see, this is a technique that I use here, and yeah, many songs use this technique. One cool thing that you can get out of this streaming, and if you feel like doing some homework, it's not supposed to be homework, it's supposed to be fun for you. I'm sure you now, after this streaming, you will pay attention to back vocals more in the songs, and you will start noticing these techniques that I'm telling you in many mainstream songs, because this is universal, right? This is music, and music is universal. It goes across styles and techniques. It's just this. It just happens everywhere in every music genre, and you'll notice. Yeah, and that's it for Carry On. Let's go to the next song, Bad Situation, song number 5. All right, so next song we are going to do. Where is it? We are going to do focus. No. Bad Situation, song number 5. So Bad Situation was also one of the songs that I struggled a bit while doing. It wasn't that easy to mix and to get it right, even though it doesn't have it looks simple, but it's not, and the guitar effect is a bit more intricate than you might think. But again, let's focus on the vocals. So I'm going to mute. Here's one voice, here's another, here's one. I think this one has a whispering voice all around it. Hopefully you'll be able to listen, and me too. Why don't I have my headphones on? So let's put the headphones so I can listen to what I'm speaking about. And there are a lot of synths as well going on this one, but again, I won't be focusing on the synths. I will be focusing on the vocals. So let's open space so you can see it. And yeah, it starts here. This is the main one. I don't know why I have. Okay, that's better. I don't know why I have some tracks bigger than others, but that's fine. All right, let's do it. I just would like you to know what's going in my heart right now. The laughs around me persist, and I'm losing the reason why I exist. Today the sun shines so high in the sky,
That's just the opposite of my mind. Problems are like stormy clouds that disturb all my silent sounds. I can't take this no more. That's too many. Pressure inside all the time. You can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me, and no one else is listening.
You heard the whisper?
So now you're probably wondering how bad my life could possibly ever be. There are no friends, no love, no luck. I just wish somebody could see inside me. Sorrow is such a painful word when there's no one to support you. Loneliness is like a sharp sword that slowly and painfully slits your throat. I can't take this no more. There's too many. Pressure inside all the time. You can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me, and no one else is listening. And no one else is listening. Feeling so hopeless, lost under the surface. No one will care, 'cause no one ever did. I can't take this no more. There's too many. Pressure inside all the time. You can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me, and no one else is listening. I can't take this no more. That's too many. Pressure inside all the time. You can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me, and no one else is listening. No one ever did.
All right, so this one has a lot of things to it. So let's take it into sections. One thing that was coming to mind is that this part was improvised when I was recording vocals. So when I will show you which part I'm talking about. So the original part went like this.
Me, and no one else is listening.
And then there would be silence for the solo part. But as I was recording vocals, I managed to do this higher variation, and I loved it so much that I decided to keep it. I showed the guys, and he liked it. They liked it as well, and so it stood.
And no one else is listening.
Yeah, that was it was really cool, and I love when that happens when I'm recording and then something comes out, and it stays. So on this one I have a lot of techniques. So I have the whispering vocals that I absolutely love. They are very used in metal style, and also the metal genre and music genre, and that emo kind of gothic rock as well. They kind of use a lot of whispering, and I absolutely love it. It's not easy to record whispering. It does require a bit of technique on the microphone, because you cannot whisper straight to the microphone, otherwise it will only get air. So you have to be slightly inclinated and not pointing out on the microphone. You have to have a lot of compression to it. So there's a lot of things into recording whispering, but if you do it right, it sounds really cool. And here you have, I don't know which, I think it's these ones, the small ones. So you see, I have one, and this is hard penned. Okay, so I have this one. Oh, sorry. Yep. So this one is hard penned right, as you can see here, and this one is hard penned left. What that means is that when some track is hard penned, it's only going to one channel. So this, I have one track, one whispering vocal going only to the left channel and another one going only to the right channel. So that gives like this illusion that there are two Sandras, one in each ear, whispering to you, and again opening a lot of space to the main track that is going in the middle section. So there's whispering in here, there are some harmonies. Again, this time in the verses, reinforcing just some sentences of the verses, and then I have like almost this choir going on here in the pre-chorus sentence, which is just the pre-chorus on this song is just a sentence. So here you have
That's slowly and painfully slit your throat.
And I had you had the instruments going on in there as well, because I forgot to solo it, but that's fine. So
That slowly and painfully slit your throat.
So one good thing to get this effect, what I have is I have the harmony of the backtrack of the backing vocals, and then I have I recorded in 2 different octaves. So you see I have 2 different octaves. It's the same melody, but it's in 2 different octaves.
That slowly and painfully.
So you have that slowly and painfully, that slowly and painfully. It's the same harmony, it's the same notes, but they are in different octaves. So it's really cool. It's something that you can also do to reinforce back vocals, not only main vocals. It's to do an octave below or above, so you get more color to it. So, and then you have here another thing that I wanted to say.
Feeling so hopeless, lost under the surface. No one will care, 'cause no one ever did.
It's not here, but I have, okay, yeah. And in the final chorus, I do something. I break a rule that I told you, because remember I told you guys that when we're doing backs, you have to follow the main vocal always and first and foremost. So there are exceptions to every rule, and this rule is also no exception, pun intended. So basically what I do here is that I keep the regular main vocal melody, actually not the melody, but the tempo, also the melody. I keep it in the last chorus. I keep it in the back vocals, but I do something different in the main voice. So we usually this is done after the rhythm is settled. So I have, this is the third and last chorus. So on the previous 2 choruses, the main vocal was on a specific way, and it was on that way on both times. And so on the third voice, on the third time, I do something different with the main vocal, but I keep the same thing I did before in the back vocals. So the effect is really cool, and I wanted to show, let's see if I can pinpoint where it is to show it.
I can't take this no more. There's too many pressure inside all the time. You can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me.
So this is, yeah, so the last chorus is repeated twice. So the very first time I do the chorus, I do everything standard, just like the same 2 choruses before. So it's in the second part of the last chorus. So this technique is cool because you already have this rhythm in your head. You already know how the song is supposed to be. The back vocals are reinforcing that, but then there's the main vocals doing something different. And I really love doing that. I don't do that often, but it sounds really cool. I think it's right now. Let's hear it.
No one else is listening. I can't take this no more.
No.
That's too many pressure inside all the time.
You see here, I do something different. because I always say, I can't take this no more. There's too many pressure inside all the time. And this time I do, I can't take this no more. There's too many pressure inside. It's like it doesn't even. It's a lot more bluesy or than rock. But it actually, I love doing this while we were doing live. And it's also very smart vocally, because it gives me a break, because this song, it's pretty much in one note. I can't take this no more. There's too many pressure inside. So it comes out a lot of here, and I start getting really tired. And so when I do this, kind of, I allow my voice to rest. You know, there's too many, and then pressure inside. So when I say pressure inside, I go to the lower octave and I relax my vocal cords a bit, and that gives me room to then go ahead and give full power till the end of the chorus. So here's a technique, a really interesting technique. And this song again has a lot of whispering. Also, another thing that I wanted to pinpoint for you guys is that, I reinforce on the choruses. Sometimes I reinforce with a lower harmony, and sometimes, and then after it, I reinforce with a higher harmony. So like this. Pressure inside all the time. You see, pressure inside all the time. So that gives, and that goes on in all the previous ones. You see here. There's no more. It starts with only main vocal, the chorus. There's too many pressure inside. Okay, here is different. Pressure inside all the time. You see? There's too many pressure inside all the time. You can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me, and no one else is listening. And see, this is a cool technique as well, and it adds a lot of dynamic to the song. So yeah, some cool things that you can also do. And of course, this song, I absolutely love the synths that you have going on here. And I think I will see how they sound with, maybe they are too low, because they are supposed to be reinforcements. They are not supposed to go well on their own, but I think... I can't take this no more. There's too many pressure inside all the time. You can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. That's a song on its own, right? There's just me, and no one else is listening. And there's another one coming in there. And no one else is listening. Oh, it's the same, but okay. Feeling so hopeless, lost under the surface. No one will care, 'cause no one ever did. I can't take this no more. There's too many. Yeah, it sounds nice. All the time, you can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me, and no one else is listening. I can't take this no more. There's too many pressure inside. All the time, you can't understand me. In fact, nobody can. There's just me, and no one else is listening. Hey, that sounds cool, doesn't it? I was digging it. Okay, yeah, I'm making a new song here. So there you go. This is Bad Situation. Let's go to the next song, Leaving Home. All right, so let's do Leaving Home, which is track number 6, again, of my album Somewhere in the Crowd. And I was noticing that I have this one organized in a different way. So I have main vocals here, and then I have the guitars back here, which is not something that I usually do, but that's fine, as long as we solo the main vocals. So let's do this. Living Home. It's a track that was made with a different guitar player from all other songs. He also made the arrangement of You Still Are, but we already had the You Still Are song done with a different guitar player. This one we did exclusively with Hugo, and it's the only song, so it's very different from all the other tracks in the album. But I absolutely love it. And to be honest, I don't recall what I did in the back vocals. So I'm just going to be listening to them for the very first time with you. And let's listen to it. Let's put this in a, okay, that's a good size. And let's hear it.
How was I supposed to know that someday I had to let you go? You're going for so far away, but this time I have a reason to stay. Oh, why it has to be so hard? I wish I could show you how this goes deep in my heart, but I can't tell you how. But I can tell you how. Seems like this is a moment that we have to say goodbye. I don't wanna go, but I also know there's so many things we don't know why. Can't take it back now. This time I won't find a place to hide.
Okay, so here I'm reinforcing vocals with the same melody and then just changing it slightly at here and there.
Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to all. Is there a way to show you this is no one's fault? You know that someday this had to stop. Why can't you just realize that I need to live my life? I'm tired to try to explain you. You don't listen anymore. How can I tell you I need to live my life? But I can't tell you how. Seems like this is a moment that we have to say goodbye. I don't wanna go, but I also know there's so many things we don't know why. Can't take it back now. This time I won't find a place to hide.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird. I don't like that. Okay, that's just again. It's like I was saying, I haven't listened to this in a very long time. So here I'm using an interesting technique that I was saying, between in the silent between the phrases, vocal phrases. So first I use as reinforcement. I recorded basically it's like recording main vocals all over again, but as back vocals. So basically I'm doing the same melody as the main vocal, but I'm following the tempo and the notes really accurately, so it acts as a reinforcement of the main vocal. And then I do something that is on some specific sentences that I want to reinforce. I do a harmony, a harmony between this in the same vocal take. So I think it's this part here.
But I can tell you how.
So here I'm doing the same thing, right? And then on the second time that I repeat the sentence,
but I can tell you how.
So this is a cool thing because I'm repeating the sentence. So the first time I do a sentence, I do it the exact same way as the main vocal. And then the second time I do a harmony. And that adds to the sentence. I think in the first chorus, I'm just repeating the same thing as the main vocal.
Seems like this is a moment that we have to say goodbye. I don't wanna go, but but I also know there's so many things we don't know why. Can't take it back now. This time I won't find a place to hide.
So it's pretty much straightforward, just doing the same thing. And then if you recall the track, the second part is a lot very different from the first one. So the track has a lot of dynamics to it, a lot of crescendo. And so what I do in the second part is that I have some reinforcements on some sentences of the verses.
Oh, is there a way to show you this is no one's fault?
And then on the pre-chorus, I have a really full choir going on there.
I'm tired to try to explain you. You don't listen anymore. How can I tell you I need to live my life? But I can't tell you how. Feels like the...
And here the same thing. The chorus is the same.
This is a moment that we have.
But I have a reinforcement there as well on some sentences.
Have to say goodbye. Don't wanna go. But I also know there's so many things we don't know why. Can't take it back now. This time I won't find a place to hide.
And this is the part that I really don't like, because I'm doing like this huge melisma with my voice, and I tried to do some reinforcements with the backs, but it sounded good back then, but it's not sounding good right now in my ears here. It's not wrong. It's just not a choice that I would do nowadays, and there's nothing wrong with it, okay? Because I'm doing this reinforcement, but if I would do this today, I would probably leave just the main vocal, because I feel it's a beautiful melisma and I wouldn't want anything taking out the attention of that melisma there. Probably back then I was feeling, because I remember I always had a hard time with this melisma, and so probably melisma is the part, you can place to hide. So that's what I'm talking about. Hide. So pretty much Beyonce, Michael Jackson, and all that. I was never a singer with this technique very strong. It was something that I can do because I practiced a lot, but it's not something that comes out naturally for me. So probably when I was recording this song, I was feeling insecure or something, and I decided to put some back vocals there just to reinforce it. Because back vocals can also work for that, can also give a lot of security when someone is singing a song, to have someone backing up the track for you. But yeah, probably that's the reason why I do it, at least unconsciously. I don't know. I'm just trying to analyze myself, because now I don't agree with this choice. But that's okay. That's okay as well. And that's part of the process as an artist. And there's nothing wrong with the choice that I made back then. I just wouldn't make the same choice today. So that's it about Leaving Home. Let's go to the next song, Who's the Fool? All right, so we're talking about Who's the Fool. Who's the Fool is track number seven of my album, Somewhere in the Crowd. It's also Who's the Fool 248. I think it's the smaller song of the album, if you didn't know. Leaving Home is 250, so very close, but Who's the Fool is 248. I think now I have an even smaller song. I think you'll never know it's smaller. I don't know how much, but I think it's smaller. Doesn't matter anyway. We're not here to talk about the size of or the duration of the song. So here, I have a folder with guitars. That can help. Okay, so Who's the Fool is a punk song. So punk vocals usually don't have a lot of backs. So I kept it simple, as you can see. And let's hear it. Let's keep it punk. Let's keep it short, and let's hear it.
You seem to have all your life made. Normal is your favorite word. You hate everything I say or do, 'cause I'm exactly the opposite of you. Do you really think that everything you know is right? I despise you and you call me fool, but ignorant and stupid are you. I'm an outcast, and I love the way I am. Strange and weird, I'm my two best friends. Some call me else and people call me fool, but I am what I am and you just do what the others do. I have my own and only way to see the world. My mind's made up, I'm not listening to you. I won't let emancipation control my life. Does the word minority mean anything to you? Cause that's what I am, and I thank God for that. I know it sounds weird, but that's the way that I am. Don't you never wonder how's the world outside? Where would you be without your heroes? Will you ever believe that they don't really exist? That there's only you, and it's you will have to make it alone. All alone. Come on. So you better stop. I will never change what I am. Quit your tears. They will never stop your fears. No, no. I'm an outcast, and I love the way I am. Strange and weird, I'm my two best friends. Some call me out, some people call me fool, but I am what I am, and you just do what the others do. I have my own and only way to see the world. My mind's made up, I'm not listening to you.
All right, so one technique that I forgot to mention in a bad situation that I also used here, the phone line technique. So let me explain to you what I mean. It's this voice that I mean here. The blue one, this one here, you see? And you'll hear it.
Don't you ever wonder how's the world outside? Where would you be without your heroes? Will you ever believe?
So it sounds like an old phone line, you know? So how do you do this effect? This is actually super easy to achieve. Let me show you. See? Oh, you cannot see the equalizer. Wait. I think I can change it here. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. So you see here, this is the equalizer that I'm using on the track. And so the only frequencies going through is this ones. So let me solo the track again. And I put it here. And
would you be without your
so you see, it's only this thing that's going. If I mute it, I think I can mute it like this.
Where would you be without?
But you can't see it if I do it like this. Okay.
Without your heroes, will you ever believe?
Okay. So this is a frequency spectrum, and this is supposed to be full, all right? But I would have to do, I think I would have to do something like this. Yeah. Okay. And now you'll see it. So this is how it's supposed to go.
Where would you be
You see?
without your heroes? Will you ever believe?
This is a normal voice without any equalizing actions, okay? Or manipulation, whatever you want to call it. And so when you do this manipulation, what you're saying is you only want vocals between those lines, between these two lines, to go through. And that's what happened, that's what used to happen in old phones. So microphones, old microphones and old speakers, what makes a good microphone or an expensive microphone or an expensive speaker is that they reproduce the full spectrum of frequencies, okay? So bad speakers and bad microphones only, they only capture an interval of frequencies that is much smaller than what we hear, and so that makes it's cheaper to make a microphone and speaker that reproduce a smaller spectrum of frequencies, and also it's a lot easier to transmit because you are transmitting less information, right? The less frequencies you are transmitting, the less information, and so it's easier. All right, and so how do you reproduce this effect digitally? You use an equalizer and you say to the equalizer to remove all frequencies within a certain spectrum. All right, and when you do that, you have this really cool old and would you be without your heroes? Will you ever believe? This really cool phone voice effect. But probably, guys, now you're asking yourselves, yeah, that's really cool, but why in the world are you doing that? Right? So why are you doing that, right? So maybe that's what you're asking, because it really cuts through the mix when you have vocals like that. It really cuts through the mix without compromising the other instruments. They are playing full frequency spectrum, and it really adds to the main vocal. It really makes the, reinforces the vocal. So you can see I have only some certain sentences reinforced with that. You see here?
I won't let emancipation control my life. Does the word minority mean anything to you? Cause that's what I am, and I thank God for that.
It really gives a cool vocal reinforcement effect, and in the chorus I have it all the way through. It adds a lot to the song, and I use the same technique on Bad Situation. I wanted to talk about this in Bad Situation, but I totally forgot. Doesn't matter, because I used it again on Who's the Fool, and I used it again on several of my songs. I really love this technique. It's a cool technique to cut through the mix, to cut through the other instruments without compromising the sound and the purity of the sound of the other instruments. Because you can see I never have vocals going on just like this. I always have the main vocal here that has the full spectrum going on, as you can see here. I think you can see it here. I cut out some of the lower frequencies, but it's just, it's just, you usually remove parts that they don't make much sense in the voice, and usually this part of the lower spectrum here of the microphone, usually it captures the ambient sound and not your voice, because my voice doesn't go that low. And so I usually cut that part a bit just to clean out the mix and leave these lower frequencies free for the instruments that really go that low and really need it, such as the kick drum and the bass and the bass guitar and the toms. Those instruments really need that space in the mix, and so just clear out the space where you don't want, where you don't need it, right? So, but this is advanced mixing, and we won't get into that. We're talking about voice, and yeah, so here it's really easy. I just have that, and then I have some harmonies here and there. I think here I have some harmonies. I had a really tough time doing harmonies for this song because it's kind of a dissonant harmony.
Where would you be without your heroes? Will you ever
not
believe?
Not this part, but the chorus. The chorus, I know I did something really dissonant.
Some call me L, some people call me fool, but I am what I am, and you just do what the others do. I have my own and only way to see the world. My mind's made up, I'm not listening to you.
So it's kind of like, I think the main track is on a major scale, and on some harmonies I'm doing some minor notes, which sound really weird, but in the terms of the mix, they sound really well.
I'm an outcast.
So here, I'm an outcast, I'm an outcast. That's a minor, and I'm singing, I'm an outcast, and this is a major. Usually those two don't go together, but here I reinvented the wheel and I did it. So I think that's also what I really love about doing this, is that sometimes I can do stuff that if I would be working with other people, probably they would like, Sandra, don't do that, or that doesn't sound well, but it sounds good to me, and that's what matters. And music should be, I think the highest goal of music, making music, I make music for a lot of reasons, not just for one. But one of the highest reasons is to express myself the way I am. And that is above right and wrong. That is above any rule. That is above, it has to be above all of those things. But as one very wise friend of mine once said, her name is DJ Amber D, and I know she was quoting someone else, but she was the one that I heard saying that. I never forgot that you have to learn the rules, and you have to understand the rules so you can break them with style. And that is so right. That is so right. And so yes, please study music rules. Yes, be aware of the rules, but then you can start bending them or even try to break them here and then. And then you have like these cool experiments to show the world, you know. And yeah, that's it about Who's the Fool. It's a really simple song. So let's go to the next. You Still Are. All right, so let's go to song number 8 of 15. You Still Are. So You Still Are was the very first song I composed. I think I went a bit all the way in the vocals. Yes, I did. Why not? Why not? Right? So let's do. That's the great thing about having, you know, recording your own vocals. You don't pay studio time, so you're free to do as many crazy things as you like. So let's take a listen.
The hours pass, time goes by, and I'm still here trying to sleep. You're still in my head, and my heart and my soul, and I just can't find a way to forget you. I'm breathing, I'm choking here, I'm desperately needing you. Time can't fly, I wish so can I, and then you'll know how I feel. 'Cause you still are the one who makes me feel that your love for me is real. You still are the one who makes me float, makes me touch the skies above. You still are the one who makes me see that deep inside me I can be all that I dare to be. So still here I am, wondering where you are. Tired of being here, thinking, what are you doing now? Thinking about me somehow. Or are you just sleeping? My feelings decided to come out now. I wish that some way you could know. Music will be my voice, and this is my choice. So now you know that this is for you. 'Cause baby, you still are the one who makes me feel that your love for me is real. You still are the one who makes me float, makes me touch the skies above. You still are the one who makes me see that deep inside me I can be all that I dare to be. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love, because I could totally tell the influences of Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys and all that good pop music from, you know, late 90s, early thousands. I can totally hear it on the back vocals. I love it.
Da 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 down, da 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 down, da 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 down. You still are the one who makes me feel that your love for me is real. You still are the one who makes me float, makes me touch the skies above. You still are the one who makes me see that deep inside me I can be all that I dare to be.
And this song also has really cool synths that, I mean, like, but especially towards the end.
You still are the one who makes me feel that your love for me is real. You still are the one who makes me float, makes me touch the skies above. You still are the one who makes me see that deep inside me. I can be all that I dare to be.
It sounds so good with the synths, and it's just so this song really takes me back, and even the harmonies, it takes me back, to times when I was just discovering this passion. Of course, I loved music, but I had grown up with with the music my parents loved, and of course I still love those artists and those songs, but with Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys, that was when I started discovering my own taste, what I liked and not what my parents liked, So it was when I was becoming a teenager. I was a teenager, and so I was discovering what I liked for myself, And when I did "You Still Are," I had a lot of that in me, and when I entered the band, the guys had their own musical taste, their own musical preferences, and we had a lot of preferences and a lot of artists that we liked in common. But Britney Spears and mainstream pop and Backstreet Boys wasn't definitely on that list, that artists that we had in common, and so. I felt like there was a part of me that couldn't express itself on the band. And "You Still Are" was my own personal fight, was my own personal voice. Like the guys didn't enjoy the song, and they didn't wanna, because it was too soft, it was too pop for them. It wasn't on their taste, but I really wanted to do it. And I remember I fought so hard to do this song, and I fought so hard because I wanted to do this song. And then along came a different guitar player who actually loved this song, and who really fell in love with this song, who really could see the potential of this song, and did the amazing guitar arrangement that the song has today. And these vocals and these harmonies, and it's so cool because it's like I never saw it before. I'm seeing it now when I'm just listening to this with you guys, even though I'm doing this pre-recorded. I'm doing this for you guys, and I feel you guys are here with me. And I'm just realizing how much of that part of myself that I captured, that I managed to capture and put on this song. And these harmonies, just the harmonies and the synths, who was my own personal touch, have so much of that. And I'm almost crying. Because it did take me back to when I was listening to Britney Spears and trying to mimic her and trying to understand the things going on her songs, because I really liked them, and there was something in there that I wanted for my own artist identity, even though I didn't know back then what that even was. But it's like part of me was already getting ready to do this, and it's so great that I did it. It's so great. I did this 4 years ago, but I'm getting emotional right now. It doesn't matter. Anyway, hope you like this song. There's not much, just saying that it has a lot of harmonies coming here. It has that technique of just reinforcing some vocals, just like Carry On, and here is You Still Are. I repeat You Still Are a lot. So there's a lot of harmonies here doing
You still are the one that makes me feel that your love for me is real. You still are.
And then I use the same technique in the verses. So the second verses, I reinforce the vocals as well. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Of course, then I start repeating the techniques, because when I like a technique and when I think something works, I just use it over and over again. Not all songs are totally different from the others, but no song is the same as the others as well. So some things in common, some things different, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So there you go for You Still Are, and you managed to hear the synths as well, which is a part that I really like on this song. So let's do the next song, tentativa número 2. Alright, so we are going for song number 9, tentativa número 2. So in here I totally forgot to name some tracks, but that's totally fine. Let's hear it. Okay.
Levada por sentimentos de culpa e paixão, escrevo por ti e para ti. Em desespero, sinto a falta que poderei sentir amanhã. Penso, e é na dúvida de pensar ou não. Espero, e inspirada por momentos que não são meus pela tua voz. Respiro, penso, sinto, deixo-me levar para longe. Leva-me contigo por esse mundo e deixa-me sonhar. Rouba-me tudo neste segundo. Faz-me acreditar. Não tenho medo de tentar. Não tenho medo de perder. Não sei se posso amar, eu só sei que te quero ter. Quero ver. Não tenho medo de tentar. Não tenho medo de perder. Não sei se posso amar, eu só sei que te quero ter. Quero ver. Não sei onde estás, nem por onde anda essa mente. Não faz sentido sonhar, e em nada disto faz sentido acreditar. Só queria outro mundo novamente. Cá serei na altura certa. Viverei com isso e com a tua presença. Cá estou eu ainda incerta que este poema realmente te pertença. Não tenho medo de tentar. Não tenho medo de perder. Não sei se posso amar, eu só sei que te quero ter. Quero ver. Não tenho medo de tentar. Não tenho medo de perder. Não sei se posso amar, eu só sei que te quero ter. Quero ver.
So you can see these tracks, You Still Are and Tentativa número 2 are a lot less, the voice is a lot less edited than the ones that were more punk rock or pop rock. And that makes sense because that's the way it's supposed to be. So on this one, I have oohs, I have some harmonies as well. And then I have some synths that I'm going to, because I also absolutely love the synths on this track. So,
não tenho medo de tentar. Não tenho medo de perder.
And the synths here are actually doing the same notes as the bass, because I absolutely love the bass here, so.
Não sei se posso amar, eu só sei que te quero ter. Quero ver. Não tenho medo de tentar.
And so yeah, this song is, I use some oohs, I use some harmonies. The verses don't have any harmony at all. It's just, in any reinforcement is just the main vocal. And then we have some oohs going on here. I think, let me just silence the bass as well. And this oohs, and then here. So you have two back vocals doing the same thing as the melody, as the main vocal, and then you have a different harmony going on some specific sentences. And then the chorus, I think, is pretty much straightforward. Always. No, okay, no. It starts with just one, and then we reinforces every one sentence. Yeah. Não tenho medo de perder. Não sei se posso amar. Eu só sei que te quero ter. Yeah, this is just like that. So you see, I use these techniques a lot. When I like a technique, I use the same technique a lot. And then you have on the second verses again a reinforcement. Não faz sentido sonhar, e em nada disto faz sentido acreditar. So it's just a reinforcement here and there, so to make the second verses a bit stronger, vocally speaking, than the first ones. So you have like this crescendo, this contrast between the first part and the second. And this is a technique that many songs use. So you repeat the second verse, but if you notice, second verse always has some extra elements that the first version doesn't have. So you have this pretty nice contrast, and you're not hearing the same thing. I mean, you're listening to the same thing again, so there is some familiarity to it, but there's also another, or at least several different elements that come up to make it pop and to make it different from the first verse. Okay, so yeah, let's do the next song, which is Why. Okay, guys, we're going to song number 10, which is Why. And Why was the very first single of the album, so it was the song that laid tracks for the train that was about to come, which was the album and the other 14 songs of it. So yeah, a lot of vocals to this one. Let's take a listen.
Sometimes I still wonder, what the hell have we done wrong? And even so I keep thinking that maybe you don't even deserve this song. But I have to confess, together we just would have made a mess. It's clear to see that you and I couldn't possibly ever be. Don't you ever think about all that we had lost? That love that still sings all of my other memories. 'Cause I still wonder. And why didn't we try? Why did we hide? Why did you never stay a little while? And why don't we fight? Why don't we argue about all that we can still have? Oh, 'cause I'm still waiting for you. Maybe now it's too late and you've already met someone else. But I know that you still think that someday our love will win. I understand that we are really immature, but now is the time to stop being so insecure. Don't you ever wonder? And why didn't we try? Why did we hide? Why did you never stay a little while? And why don't we fight? Why don't we argue about all that we can still have? Oh, 'cause I'm still waiting for you. And why didn't we try? Why did we hide? Why did you never stay a little while? And why don't we fight? Why don't we argue about all that we can still have? Oh, 'cause I'm still waiting for you. Oh, 'cause I'm still waiting for you.
All right, cool. So I went crazy with the delay on this one because I love pen delay, and I have it going on here. It's this effect here that you can see it turns on the chorus. First chorus here, first chorus here, first chorus here, and then in the end. This is again, I use the phone technique. I think here, yeah, on this one you can hear this is the phone.
The love that still sings all of my other memories.
So you see this one, oh sorry, this one reinforced, and then I have the chorus here as well reinforced.
And why didn't we try? Why did we hide? Why did you never stay a little while? And why don't we fight? Why don't we argue about all that we can still have? Oh, 'cause I'm still waiting for you.
So I have this very different effect on the chorus that I have on the verses. On the verses, there's just one track, one vocal track, and then I have all these tracks here reinforcing, these green ones that have like this why, right? Oh, it starts here, yeah. And why didn't we try? Why did we hide? Why did you never stay a little while? And why don't we fight? Why don't we argue about all that we can still have? 'Cause I'm still waiting for you. And then I do something which is this here. You see, this is a hard cut. All the vocals are slightly silenced because there is also a cut in the instrumental. So it's important when there's a cut in the instrumental, it's important that you usually cut the back vocals as well, so you get room for what's to come. And here you can see you come from here.
Why don't we argue about all that we can still have? Oh, 'cause I'm still waiting for you.
You see, there's a cut in the backs, same thing in the second part. So the main vocal can keep doing it, staying without backs, because it's supposed to be a silence in there.
Still waiting for you.
So this is what this is doing. This track here is cutting the backs, so there's the main vocals can carry on and do its thing. So here the same thing, as you can see, the back vocals continue for a bit more time, but then there's a hard cut here, again to accommodate. Here because there's a drum break, and I wanted to give room to the drum break, because Ricardo was very picked on that. When there's drums, and he didn't want voices. Probably singing over his amazing drum solo, and so I had to silence. And it's okay because the guitar is still doing this note, so it was just a note reinforcement. You don't even notice the cut because the guitar carries on. It takes on the note, so it really isn't necessary. Once you silence the other instruments, it's not necessary to have the back vocals going. So here's another thing to look for when you are doing back vocals, is that they should follow the instrumental, and they should complement not only the main voice but also the instrumental. And it's important, there are some parts that are supposed to be about the main vocal or about some other instrument, and it's important that the back vocals respect that as well. That's what makes a balanced song. That's what makes an interesting song. That's what makes a coherent song. All right. So let's go for the next one, Somewhere in the Crowd. Okay, so we are on track number 11. Oh, sorry. Of the album Somewhere in the Crowd, which is the same name, Somewhere in the Crowd. And it was something that was totally defined when we did this song, is that the title of the album would be Somewhere in the Crowd. Not because we thought it was the best song of the album. No, it was just we really liked we all really liked Somewhere in the Crowd for the title, and so it stayed Somewhere in the Crowd. It was I think yeah, this song wasn't meant to happen. It was something that Rui, our guitar player back then, was improvising on the guitar, and I remember I arrived to the rehearsal, and he was doing this on this guitar, and I thought, oh, that's really good. Is this some song? And he says, oh no, this is just something I was. And he was like, oh no, let's play. And I'm like, no, what did you record? Did you recompose that? Yeah, let's hear it. Oh, I can make a song out of that. And yeah, the rest is history. So he didn't want to make a song out of it, but I kind of forced him along. Me and the guys, we kind of forced him. And aren't you glad we did? Because I really like this one. This one also has really cool synths for it. But let's listen to the vocals, and then we'll go through the synths, and I'll show a bit of the synths for you guys as well.
I promised myself I would never cry for anyone else, but here I am now. I always thought only about my pride. Well, you should see me now. I used to think I could live here without you, but I can't even survive like this. Don't leave me behind, 'cause I can't face this world without you. So here I am, wondering about us and about all that we've had. I shouldn't have let you go. My pride stole my words, now everything seems so wrong. But I can see clearly now, I can never let you go. And I don't know how, but somehow we'll meet again somewhere in the crowd. I saw your face and you saw my tears. Couldn't you sense all my fears? I was always so proud, and I couldn't see that you were getting so far from me. With you by my side, I was always so strong. Now everything seems so wrong. I have nowhere to go, 'cause I can't face this world alone. So here I am, wondering about us and about all that we've had. I shouldn't have let you go. My pride stole my words, now everything seems so wrong. But I can see clearly now, I can never let you go. And I don't know how, but somehow we'll meet again somewhere in the crowd. I'm standing by your door. It's raining and it's dark. My eyes are stuck on the floor. The dogs bark from the next door, and I'm saying I'm sorry somewhere in the crowd.
All right, so this one is really simple. The verses are just clean, just one voice, no reinforcements whatsoever. And then there's a reinforcement on the back, on the pre-chorus and the chorus itself. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty much the same thing on the 3 choruses. You can see, well, 2 choruses in the last one here. Yeah, this song only has 2 choruses, and then it has the last one. It's a chorus, but it's not a chorus. It's pretty much going to the end. So here, what I do is I have a harmony.
Don't leave me behind.
And I have some oohs.
Cause I can face this world without you.
So here I am, wondering about us and about all that we've had. I shouldn't have let you go. My personal, my words, now everything is so wrong. So one thing that I haven't told, that I haven't spoken about is when shall we use lower back vocals, or when should we use higher back vocals? So on this song, I use only higher back vocals. I almost never use lower. I think I only use lowers in the ooh.
Don't leave me behind.
Ooh.
Cause I can face this world without you.
Ooh. Okay, so even the oohs are high, right? So when you want to add strength and reinforcement, that punch, that extra punch, lower back vocals are great. If you're doing a song that is very emotional, and this one is more of an acoustic song, it's very emotional, so highs can add that emotional depthness to it, so add a bit more emotion, especially the oohs as well. So yeah, you can see here I only use higher harmonies and the oohs.
Here I am, wondering about us and about all that we've had.
It has that emotion, right? And so that's what I did. And I wanted to show you also, because I have a lot of synth here, but I kept it simple because the song in itself, and again, this is something that the song in itself, it's easy. It's easy. It's not complicated. It's simple, not easy. It's simple, right? And so if the instrumental is simple, you don't want to be adding a lot of, I mean, you do have room to add a lot of back vocals, but should you, right? Because then it's all about the vocals, and you have to leave some room for everything. You have to leave room for the instrumental as well. And so that is important. On this song, I did add a lot of synths in there, and I have some synths going on in the chorus, some synths going on in the verses. So let's see what I did, because I don't even remember anymore.
I saw your face and you saw my tears. Couldn't you sense all my fears? I was always so proud, and I couldn't see that you were getting so far from me.
I had to put them really low in the mix because the guys didn't like them, but I didn't want to remove them. And so I put them really low in the mix. I really put them really, really low because I still wanted to hear them. But you know, I can put them, okay. I can make them a bit louder because I'm not saving any of this, so.
With you by my side, I was always so strong. Now everything seems so wrong. I have nowhere to go.
That's something. That's cool, isn't it?
'Cause I can face this world alone. So here I am, wondering about us and about all that we've had.
So this is a cool technique. I'm reinforcing the back vocals with some strings. So if I mute these harmonies, you guys can hear better.
but I can see clearly now. I can never let you go, and I don't know how, but somehow we'll meet again somewhere in the crowd.
There's a pause, and then the scene enters again.
I'm standing by your door. It's raining and it's dark. My eyes are stuck on the floor. The dogs bark from the next door, and I'm saying I'm sorry somewhere in the crowd.
It really adds to it, right? Yeah, and this was something that happened in somewhere in the crowd. Because I wanted to add my touch, but then of course it was important to me because these songs weren't only for me; it was also for the guys in the band, and we did this album together. And so I wanted to respect their tastes and their personal choices as well. But it was a balance, between their feedback and what I wanted to do, because I released this album under my name and as my alias Sandra Bullet, and so and now it's under Sandra Lorenzo, so it's under my name, so it should represent myself as an artist as well. So it was a balance, but I felt like I feel like we achieved something that we are all extremely proud, and that's what matters. All right, and so that's it about Somewhere in the Crowd. Let's do the next one, Which Way. All right, so we are on song number 12 out of 15. So we are in the song Which Way. Which Way is another punk rock song. And so, but on this one, actually, I did a lot more vocals than usual for this genre. Yeah, sometimes I would go all the way and do more, but like I say, usually on this style it's not supposed to have a lot of stuff. Okay, let's hear it, because again I don't remember what I did, so let's hear it.
Lights of distant homes are shining so far away. I never found a place that's worth to stay. Since that again, I'm on my own. Against this world, I think I'm thrown. Away from this life, I'm all alone.
The delay there.
The way life's supposed to be, for me it's a complete mystery. I wish I would know which way I'm supposed to go. There's nothing to leave behind, but yet I can't take this feeling out of my mind. The feeling there's nowhere I can go. No one left to meet, so I'll just go with the flow. The time of my life is beyond control. Lights of distant homes are shining so far away, so far from where we are. I never found a place that's worth to stay, so I'll just keep walking away. Since that again, I'm on my own. Peace is a word I never known. Against this world, I think I'm thrown. Away from this life, I'm all alone.
I remember now.
What am I looking for? I'm returning to the point I was before. I wish someone would understand, that someone would grab my hand, 'cause I'm really falling down. I'm lost and never more found. Drowning in a sea of lies. There's too much pain and everything dies. Darkness is spreading too damn fast. Seems that this feeling is meant to last. Bless this world, I'm an outcast. Lights of distant homes are shining so far away, so far from where we are. I never found a place that's worth to stay, so I'll just keep walking away. Since then again, I'm on my own. Peace is a word I never known. Against this world I think I've flown. Away from this life I'm all alone.
Cool. So on this track, I did something that I haven't done on the others that I absolutely love. It's called an ad-libs. It's called ad-libs or an ad-lib track. So it's basically a main vocal track that it's soloing. It's doing its own thing, but it's in the background. It's mixed. It's almost mixed as a back vocal, and it's usually something that you hear in the last choruses of the songs. Okay, because it's something that adds a bit more into it. So you have the main vocal doing the same thing on all the choruses. You have the backs also doing the same thing, but then you have this track. It's this track here that goes here, that adds like that extra layer of emotion.
Darkness be spreading to them fast.
It actually starts on the pre-chorus, but on the pre-chorus is still sticking up a lot to the main vocal if you hear it.
Seems that this feeling is meant to last. Blast this world, I'm an outcast.
So here it's kind of still behaving like a back vocal, even though it's a back vocal that is it's sung a lot stronger than a standard back vocal, and then it separates on the chorus here.
Lights of distant homes are shining so far away, so far from where we are. I never found a place that's worth to stay, so I'll just keep walking away. Since then again, I'm on my own.
Sometimes these type of ad-libs, they are doing something totally different from the rest of the song. Here I'm not doing something terribly different. It could be a harmony of a back vocal, but what makes it not a back vocal and makes it an ad-lib, it's the energy which is sung, it's the timing. So it's not sticking to the standard, it's not just staying in the back supporting the main vocal. It's a voice on its own, it's screaming for its own, and that's what makes it an ad-lib. So really cool thing that I had here on Which Way that I didn't remember I had it anymore. I think I don't know if this blue one, it's the telephone one. Let me just confirm. Yes, it is. So here I'm also using the telephone technique. So in the main vocal I have it.
Lights of distant homes are shining so far away.
So it's reinforcing the chorus, and I think the pre-chorus as well.
The feeling there's nowhere I can go.
You see, it's not going on the verses. It's only happening on well, pretty much everything on the song is just the chorus that it's not. It's reinforcing only some sentences on the second verse.
I'm returning to the point I was before.
Even though this track doesn't have pretty much, the second verses is more of a bridge. It's not the same part as the first verses. So it's kind of a hybrid between a bridge and the second verses. And so I chose to reinforce it as well. And then the rest is pretty much straightforward. We have some these are all O's, so this is the pre-chorus. And then you have some
So far from where we are.
And some sentences reinforced.
I never found a place that's worth.
Oh, actually, this is everything. The full chorus has this.
So I'll just keep walking away. Since then again, I'm on my own.
The lower and higher technique again. See, since then again, I'm on my own. This is actually doing the same thing as the main. And it's just making a harmony on every two sentences.
Since then again, I'm on my own. Peace is a word I never known.
So again, I'm using this technique on this song. It actually results really well because the chorus of this song is pretty much answer an asking and a questioning and an answering. So lots of lights of distant homes are shining so far away, and then there's an answer, so far from where we are. Na 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 na. So there's a kind of like the chord is like a conversation is happening, and so it was kind of fun, and it just made sense to make that conversation reflecting in the harmonies of the back vocals, if that makes sense. All right, yeah, that's all for Which Way. Which Way doesn't have any synths, as you can see. It's just usually, if the track was pretty much punk rock, I wouldn't put synths on punk rock. I just wouldn't make sense to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it about Which Way. Let's do the next one, Anjo Negro. All right, so let's do song number 13, Anjo Negro, of my album Somewhere in a Crowd. So Anjo Negro is really, really simple. I think it's was one of the simplest songs, simplest mixes. It just it has one synth that adds a lot to the song, but it only has one main vocal and two backy vocal tracks. Let's hear it.
Noite escura, trovões no ar, ouço teu respirar. A tua voz ecoa na chuva, o teu cheiro em mim perdura. Fecho os olhos, respiro fundo, a vida passa num segundo. Vou até ao fim, nasço outra vez, contigo dentro de mim. Fica aqui um pouco mais, não quero ouvir que tens de ir. Quero mais, quero a tua escuridão. Anjo negro sem perdão.
Super simple, but super effective, isn't it? I love it.
Estou viciada no teu olhar, perdida no teu corpo. Por mais tempo que passe, os teus passos ainda me assombram. Fecho os olhos, respiro fundo, a vida passa num segundo. Vou até ao fim, nasço outra vez, contigo dentro de mim. Fica aqui um pouco mais, não quero ouvir que tens de ir. Quero mais, quero a tua escuridão. Anjo negro, não tens perdão.
And that's pretty much it. You see here, you see what I was talking about in Living Home. I did it here. So I had, there was a part where the vocal, the main vocal was doing something special, and I shut up the back vocals. Here, you see?
Anjo negro, não tens perdão.
And that's exactly what I should have done in Living Home, but I didn't. But I did here, so there was something in Living Home that made me not do it. Anyway, you see here, sometimes you don't need much. You just have, because here Anjo Negro has a really beautiful main vocal, very intricate. So it just needed, and again, this is supposed to be a song about. Sorry, Lily is making noises. This is a song about seduction. This is a song about feeling attracted or feeling seduced by someone. So the vocals should reflect that, and should reflect that. And it almost has this, that, those siren, those enchantment melodies, and so everything is very ethereal, right? This part here, for example. Fecho os olhos, respiro fundo, a vida passa num segundo. And one thing that I love it is that there are some small melismas, some small variations that the main vocal has that the back vocal mimics in the harmony. Of course, it's not the same notes, but it does reflect that dynamic of the main vocal, and it adds a lot to it, you see. Fecho os olhos, respiro fundo. You see that? Respiro, respiro. You can do the same thing. And those melismas, if it's not easy to synchronize, but once they get absolutely 100% synchronized, they sound really amazingly. And so you see, some tracks don't need much. And here I do have some, I do have a synth going on here, and I can put it. It's just reinforcing the bass note. Não quero ouvir cada tais daí. Quero mais. Quero a tua escuridão. Anjo negro sem perdão. Estou viciada no teu olhar, perdida no teu corpo. Por mais tempo que passe, os teus passos ainda me assombram. Fecho os olhos, respiro fundo, a vida passa num segundo. Vou até ao fim, nasço outra vez, contigo dentro de mim. Fica aqui um pouco mais. Não quero ouvir que tens daí. Quero mais. Quero a tua escuridão. Anjo negro, não tens perdão. You see, only one synth, but it's a synth that has a lot of layers to it, and it adds a lot to what I'm doing, not only in the other instruments, of course, but also in the back vocals. So Anjo Negro is a song that is very, very simple, but it's also very intricate. It has a lot of different things to it, but with only 3 vocal tracks, and you make something really it seems more complicated than it actually is, right? And that's the great thing. Sometimes you don't need much. Sometimes you don't need 5 or 4 back vocals. You just need 2. Actually, it's 2 making the same harmony, but again, one panned left and another one panned right. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's go to the next song, Empty Streets. All right, guys. So let's do song 14. So the before the last song, Empty Streets, and I did a lot of harmonies on this track. I remember doing some of them, not all of them. So let's listen, and let's talk about it later. There are so many thoughts in this empty street I'm in. There's no turning back. After all, this is the way I've chosen. I can't say I regret, but I admit I still wish if I could turn back time, if I could change all this, I'd do everything again. I just wanted to leave it all again.
All those moments I didn't know what to hold on to. Keep you near me. Whoa, don't wanna be on my own. I need you beside me. I've always needed. I just couldn't figure out. And I'm feeling like the loser that I really am. Sometimes I close my eyes and try to see what's inside of me. There's so much sacrifice. There's nothing left to see. It's so hard to understand all these feelings that are surrounding me. This time I will take your hand. Please believe me. I'll do everything again. I just wanted to leave it all again. All those moments I didn't know where to hold on to. Keep you near me. Whoa, don't wanna be on my own. I need you beside me. I've always needed. I just couldn't figure out. And I'm feeling like the loser that I really am.
And finally, the last chorus.
I'll do everything again. I just wanted to live it all again. All those moments I didn't know where to hold on to. Keep you near me. Whoa, don't wanna be on my own. I need you beside me. I've always needed. I just couldn't figure out. And I'm feeling like the loser that I really am.
All right. So I have a lot of synths on this one. In terms of vocals, the choruses are all three choruses are the same. There's a play with words, just like in why, you know, and why we have why, and here we have I'll do everything again on my own. So there's like this reinforcement in this echo of the phrase. There's also a technique that's used sometimes. On the second verses, I do have some oohs in the back, just reinforcing in a sentence here and there. But that's pretty much it. So I do have, I think this one also has the phone line technique. Yes, it does. So it has this voice reinforced.
I just wanted to leave it all again.
Is in the chorus. You see in the verses, there's nothing. It's reinforced on the choruses in the in the three choruses, and clear on the verses. So phone line technique again. And I wanted to see, because I have a lot of synths going on this one as well. Okay, I think I have all vocals. Yes. Okay, let's put the synths and see what I have here, because I do feel the synths are cool. So we have first part.
I can't say I regret, but I admit I still wish if I could
It's just a reinforcement.
turn back time. If I really am.
And then you have, so on this song, you know, all three verses are the same, but then there are all three choruses are the same. But then there is a reinforcement in the instrumental. So you see here, for instance, you have this synth that only enters on the second verses. And then there's another one that enters here, another one that enters here, and all these other ones enter towards the end. So there are many ways you can do a crescendo of a song or the dynamic. Sometimes it's not up to the back vocals, sometimes the back vocals are just the same, and then you do the instrumental, you use the instrumental and the instruments to create that dynamic, you know.
Sometimes I close my eyes and try to see what's inside of me. There's so much sacrifice that me I've always needed, I just couldn't figure out. And I'm feeling like the loser that I really am.
So here is where it's supposed to get interesting. This is the solo.
I'll do everything again. I just wanted to live it all again. All those moments I didn't know where to hold on to. Keep you near me. Whoa, whoa. Don't wanna be on my own. I need you beside me. I've always needed, I just couldn't figure out. And I'm feeling like the loser that I really am.
You see how much depth you get into with the synths? It's really cool. So yeah, this track, Empty Streets, was the last track that we did with Rui, our first guitar player. And so this track is a lot more intricate than what we did up until that point with him. And so I wanted also this track to reflect that. So it's a track that has a lot of depth to it and a lot of guitar tracks and all that. But we're not getting into that. We're just talking about vocals. I'm adding the synths as well because it's a part that I really, really love. And as a bonus per se. So yeah, that's Empty Streets. And now for the final one. I know you were hoping for this one. Prisão de Sonhos. Alright, so we're down to the last track of the album Somewhere in the Crowd, Prisão de Sonhos. Prisão de Sonhos from the album Somewhere in the Crowd. Last song, but it's also the most intricate song. It was the very, very last song I did with my band, with my very first band, and so it just made sense for it to be also the last song of the album. It was a song that I composed on the guitar, and I remember I was trying to do something in the style of Evanescence back then, and I couldn't even play the guitar properly when I first came up with it, because it was so fast and I couldn't play that fast. But I just kept trying it, and I just kept doing it until I was able to do it. And then we did the track, and I remember it was a work in progress, the instrumental, and it was a track that we worked very hard into refining. And so of course that took its toll in the studio as well. It was one of the hardest songs for me to mix, but also it was also one of the most gratifying, most satisfying. It's one that I'm really proud with what I've done back then with the mix. Again, if I would do it today, I would do it differently, of course, but that's just part of an artist's path and an artist's evolution. And to be honest, in the past, I took some time to revisit old songs and to remix them and remaster them, just like I did with Longe and with Time Stood Still. But I won't be doing that again for now. Now I'm focusing in releasing new music and new songs. And just respecting what I did back then with some songs. Okay, that doesn't mean that maybe one day in the future I will release them again, but it's not part of my plans. Okay, just letting you know about that. So let's listen. Prisão de Sonhos, Acapella.
Last Leves pisadas pairam no ar, esgueiram-se por entre as portas. Sussurros espreitam pelas frestas que deixaste abertas. Não vou perder desta vez, não vou perder mais em ti. A luz foge, o tempo vai, o teu corpo fica aqui. Não vou mais ficar, não vou mais perder, apesar de saber que sempre vou ficar amarrada a ti, sem poder sair desta prisão de sonhos por descobrir. Raiva que não passa, vida que corrói, as amarras que nem todo o tempo destrói. Estou quase a arrebentar, prestes a explodir, sinto que vou ceder. Sem ti não posso estar a viver. Sem ti sinto que vou morrer.
Gosh, it's so fast. Nowadays I would force the guys to play it slower. It's too fast.
Estou farta de lutar, de sofrer, de não poder deitar tudo a perder. Leves intenções do teu olhar, um sussurro e eu deixo-me levar. Não vou perder desta vez, não vou perder mais em ti. A luz foge, o tempo vai, o teu corpo fica aqui. Não vou mais ficar, não vou mais perder, apesar de saber que sempre vou ficar amarrada a ti, sem poder sair desta prisão de sonhos por descobrir. Raiva que não passa, vida que corrói, as amarras que nem todo o tempo destrói. Estou quase a arrebentar, prestes a explodir, sinto que vou ceder. Sem ti não posso continuar. Sem ti sinto que vou acabar. Não vou mais ficar, não vou mais ceder, apesar de saber que sempre vou ficar amarrada a ti, sem poder sair desta prisão de sonhos por descobrir. Raiva que não passa, vida que corrói, as amarras que nem todo o tempo destrói. Estou quase a arrebentar, prestes a explodir, sinto que vou ceder. Sem ti não posso estar a viver. Sem ti sinto que vou morrer.
Alright, so in terms of vocals, it's not that complicated. So again, I think I'm using the phone. Yes, I'm using the phone line technique with this vocal. If it works, don't, if it works, it ain't stupid. So you see here, it's really low in the mix. It's really down there, but it adds to it.
Desta vez
And then in the back vocals, you'll have a low starting here.
A luz foge, o tempo vai, o teu corpo fica aqui. Não vou mais ficar.
And then, you have a harmony in the pre-chorus, and then in the chorus per se, you have two vocals, back vocals, but doing exactly the same thing as the main vocal, just reinforcing. And then on the second part of the chorus, you have a harmony coming in terms of this one.
Não vou mais perder, apesar de saber que sempre vou ficar amarrada a ti, sem poder sair desta prisão de sonhos por descobrir. Raiva que não passa, vida que corrói, as amarras que nem todo o tempo destrói. Estou quase a arrebentar, prestes a explodir, sinto que vou ceder.
And then you have on the second verse, because it has I don't know if you remember, but you have a really intricate drum rhythm going on, and so I reinforced it also with a back vocal. So you have this.
Estou farta de lutar, de sofrer, de não poder deitar tudo a perder. Leves intenções do teu olhar, sussurro e eu deixo-me levar.
You see how the back vocals here complement the drum kit? So that was intended. That was intended. Okay, so sometimes you have to use back vocals also to complement other instruments, and that's pretty much cool. That's really cool because it that's pretty much cool. That is cool, and that's pretty much what it's supposed to be doing. It's reinforcing the instruments and making this bridge between the instruments and the vocals, because in the way I see it, vocals are just one more instrument. Usually it's the solo instrument of the song, but it shouldn't be treated as special. It should be seen as another instrument. All right, so if they could do the bridge between the instruments and the main vocals, good. All right, so are you guys ready to hear the synths? Oh, this is a snare hit. Cool. So okay, let's solo the backs as well. Yep. Okay, so here we have a really simple.
Pelas frestas que deixaste abertas, não vou perder desta vez, não vou perder mais em ti. A luz foge, o tempo vai, o teu corpo fica aqui. Não vou mais ficar, não vou mais perder, apesar de saber que sempre vou ficar amarrada a ti, sem poder sair desta prisão de sonhos por descobrir. Raiva que não passa, vida que corrói, as amarras que nem todo o tempo destrói. Estou quase a arrebentar, prestes a explodir, sinto que vou ceder. Sem ti não posso estar a viver. Sem ti sinto que vou morrer. Estou farta de lutar, de sofrer, de não poder deitar tudo a perder. Leves intenções do teu olhar, sussurro e eu deixo-me levar. Não vou perder desta vez, não vou perder mais em ti. A luz foge, o tempo vai, o teu corpo fica aqui. Não vou mais ficar, não vou mais perder, apesar de saber que sempre vou ficar amarrada a ti, sem poder sair desta prisão de sonhos por descobrir. Raiva que não passa, vida que corrói, as amarras que nem todo o tempo destrói. Estou quase a arrebentar, prestes a explodir, sinto que vou ceder. Sem ti não posso continuar. Sem ti sinto que vou acabar.
So here you see vocals are always the same, even though the song grows, but the back vocals are the same on each chorus and everything. So again, I used the synths to give this depth and to give this dynamic. So we start with only one synth, and now we have four.
Não vou mais ficar, não vou mais ceder, apesar de saber que sempre vou ficar amarrada a ti, sem poder sair desta prisão de sonhos por descobrir. Raiva que não passa, vida que corrói, as amarras que nem todo o tempo destrói. Estou quase a rebentar, prestes a explodir, sinto que vou ceder. Sem ti não posso estar a viver. Sem ti sinto que vou morrer.
Another song that I absolutely love the synths, and Prisão de Sonhos, I have to say, because it's a song that the chorus has a different, it should have now it's standard at 99 bpms, and I think it's 99 bpms from beginning till end. Yes, it is. If I would be doing it today, I would put the choruses faster and the verses at 99 as it is, because the verses are fine, but the chorus is way too fast. And I would make it in a different way, again, if it was today. But back then I was really, really happy with the way it turned out. The guys were too, and that's what matters, that's what matters. And of course, then the rest is growth as an artist, is evolution. And yeah, and here it is, last song of Somewhere in the Crowd, Prisão de Sonhos. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this special. This streaming was ads-free thanks to donations last streaming, okay? So don't forget, if we reach 15 euros, I'll stream ads-free. So if you like the streaming, and if you want to keep this streaming ads-free, don't forget to donate. There's still time, all right? And there's the end screen coming up. So thank you so much for everyone who was here. Thank you so much for everything that donated, for everyone that donated last week to keep this streaming ads free. Please leave a comment. I hope you enjoyed this streaming. Let me know if this format was okay, if it was interesting to you. This is my life. This is what I do professionally. This is what I'm passionate about. It's not only singing. I also love sound treatment and all these things that make a song a song. It's not only about singing, and it's not only about making instruments. It's also about making them sound good together, and coming up with these nuances here and there. And that's where I feel like I really get to be creative, It's to all these decisions that most artists are. It's because it's daunting. There are so many options. There are so many ways that you can make a song shine or can make something sound really bad. So I understand that most artists just want to hire someone who is passionate. And there are a lot of amazing professionals that do this part of the work really, really well. And I was lucky enough to have learned, to have, have had the possibility to learn with really amazing professionals. And every time I'm in the studio, my eyes are wide open, my ears are wide open, because I'm in learning mode. And I want to I want to absorb as much as I can. And I've had the pleasure and the luck to have been sometimes in the right place at the right time with the right people, and capturing really, really useful information that I use nowadays in my music. And of course I do it my way. This is my way. There's no wrong and right way, okay? As long as it sounds good, that's what matters, okay? And I hope you learned something. I hope if you have questions, if you have doubts or anything, please feel free to reach out. There's no such thing as a dumb question. There's of course you can send me the questions here in the chat, because I would be seeing the chat later, okay, if I'm not here right now. You can also send the questions via private message, reach out on Facebook or Instagram or email or whatever, okay? And I will answer you, okay? I will hear your question, I will listen to your question, I will read your question, whatever, in what format you send, and I'll do my best to answer, okay? So hope you had fun, and please again let me know if you enjoyed this format. Okay, please let me know if this is if this was appealing to you, if this was fun to you, because this is not a format that I usually do. And again, these things are very interesting to me, but maybe they are not for you guys. So please do let me know, and feel free to let me know, okay, oh yeah, that format isn't for me, or anything, and that is cool as well. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for being here anyway, enjoy it or not. And see you next week. And don't forget, next week we have new single coming out, Eventuality is coming out, and I'll be singing it for you guys. So see you there. Bye bye.